This past Saturday, Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago played host to a wedding. Donald Trump himself was there, and he gave a speech. Not just any speech, though. You know, it wasn't your typical, hey, congrats to the bride and groom. I remember one time. No, it wasn't one of those speeches. It was actually even worse than that. And the best way to tell you is to just simply show you. So here is Donald Trump Saturday evening essentially hijacking this wedding to rant and rave about how much he hates Joe Biden. Here it is.
In China, the same thing. They never treated us that way, right? You saw what happened a few days ago. It was terrible. And the border's not good. The border is the worst anybody's ever seen it. And what you see now, multiply it times 10, Jim. You would know how to handle. He's the only one I know that might handle the border tougher than me. But we have to, and the tough is in the most humanitarian way, because that's what it is. What's happening to the kids, they're living in squalor. They are living like nobody has ever seen anybody. There's never been anything like what's, and you're gonna have hundreds, and you have it now. They have the airplane photos, the shops, and they call them shops. And these things are showing thousands and thousands of people coming up from South America. And it's going to be, it's just, look, it's a disaster. It's a humanitarian disaster from their standpoint, and it's going to destroy the country. And frankly, the country can't afford it, because you're talking about massive, just incredibly massive amounts. Our school systems, our hospital systems, everything. So it's a rough thing. And I just say, do you miss me yet?
So that video was obtained by TMZ. They posted it out to the world on Sunday. And yeah, it makes Donald Trump really come across as this angry, bitter, just absolutely inconsolable guy who's supposed to be happy. I mean, you're in a tux, you're at a wedding, right? There's free booze, most likely. And yet you're sitting there ranting and raving about China, about the border, about all these things. Don't you miss me yet? No, literally nobody misses you, except, of course, your hardcore cult followers. The rest of the public, the latest poll showed nobody likes you. We still don't want you back. And in fact, the latest polls actually show that if you run against Joe Biden in 2024, you're going to lose again. So no, nobody wants you back. But folks, Donald Trump is never going to be able to get over the fact that he lost to Joe Biden. See, publicly, he still doesn't even admit that he lost to Joe Biden. But deep down, he knows that that loss happened, that he did not win that election, and that he is clearly not president of the United States anymore. But he can never admit that. And that's why it's going to eat at him every day for the rest of his life. Because he can't process it. And that's part of his narcissistic personality disorder. He's unable to admit these things publicly, and therefore he has to continue this facade of saying that, oh, the whole thing was a farce, none of it was real, it was all fake, yada, yada, yada. And he does it so much that, as his niece said, who is a mental health professional, he's gaslighted himself into believing these things. So the more he says it, the more he believes it, even though he knows that's not what happened. But his own psyche is forcing him to embrace it. Because if he admits that it's not real, he could lose the love and admiration of his cult. But at the same time, if he admits that it's real, that he lost, he just might get a little peace of mind and perhaps some closure in the process. He would feel better mentally if he finally just admitted what actually took place in that election, and that is that the public rejected him and embraced Joe Biden. But again, his narcissism won't allow him to do that. So he is going to be stuck in this endless cycle of self-torment until the end of his days. And I gotta say, the guy deserves every minute of it. One of today's video sponsors is Magic Spoon, a low-carb, keto-friendly cereal. And right now they have an exclusive offer for our Ring of Fire viewers. Go to magicspoon.com/ROF or click the link at the top of the video description below. Grab a variety pack, and when you check out, enter code ROF for $5 off your entire order. Who doesn't remember waking up as a child, pouring yourself a giant bowl of sugar-filled, wonderful cereal? Well, as we get older, we can't exactly do that anymore. We have to look out for our health, and that's what Magic Spoon does. 140 calories per serving, 0 grams of sugar per serving. It is grain-free, soy-free, keto-friendly, and most importantly, guilt-free. Pour yourself a bowl for breakfast, or do what I do and use it at night as a sugar substitute so you don't go reaching for a bowl of ice cream. Instead, get a high-protein, low-carb, low-calorie snack. Again, go to magicspoon.com/ROF, grab a variety pack, enter code ROF at checkout, and get $5 off your entire order.